Joining me now, a young man who's been part of our commentary team this weekend, Australia's reigning touring car champion, now setting his sights on an overseas career in open wheelers. Craig Lowndes, welcome to Wide World of Sports and our weekend. You've been doing a bit of the commentary, but now we're going to put you on the other side and do some talking about what you're doing in England. And so far, how have you adapted, and you're feeling comfortable with the open wheelers?
Thanks, Ken. It's been tremendous actually to have the opportunity to get over to Europe before Christmas last year and do some testing. I'm leaving Wednesday to fly to Austria to resume the testing, which goes through March, April, and then our first race is 11th of May, so I can't wait.
And I mean, what's the big difference for you? I mean, it's just stepping out of those beasts and into something that's probably a little bit more refined.
Well, they are. They're a completely different car. The open wheels are a purpose-built race car. The touring car is a production car built into a race car, and the testing here, as you can see, it says at Silverstone. That was the first team I tested with, which is David Sears. That was a very, very cold day, although it looks quite warm. The tyre bags are on the tyres like the F1 guys have. And after one lap, the tyre temperature was actually lower than what the tyre bags could get them, so it was quite an interesting day.
Tell me, the big difference for everybody out there between this car and then stepping up into F1, the handling characteristics are similar, just the power?
Very similar. Power is a little bit less than these cars. These cars have got about between 450 to 480 horsepower. Formula One is 750 plus. But otherwise, the characteristics of the car are very much the same.
Also, with your open wheelers and making that transition into Formula One, which you're hoping to do next year, and I hope you get the money bags behind you because it seems that's half the trick. But watching Jacques Villeneuve down there, it seems to me you've also got to have a very good mind for the mind games. There seems to be as much go on there as to do in the cockpit of a racing car.
There is.
You've got to be tough.
There is a lot more behind the scenes to a race driver than actually just sitting in a car and driving a car. You've got to be very mentally prepared. And also you've got to have a great support behind you. You need the full works of the team, the guys. And just virtually it's all got to go, fit everything. You've got a chain, you've got to fit all those links into that chain. If one of those links of the chain don't work, well then obviously you won't get the success.
Craig, it's almost a very selfish and solitary sport when you see a lot of the drivers that we see here in pit lane. Will you develop that sort of persona, or do you think you can get by with being the bright-eyed, bushy-tailed young Aussie?
Well, hopefully you can keep the sense of humour that I suppose you've been brought up with, and being dealt with the Mobile Holden race team last year and dealing with Peter Brock. It's been a fabulous opportunity for me to deal with Peter, because at the start of the year I had a bit of problems. I suppose I was getting a little bit stressed out with the media, the hype, and everything that goes with touring cars, and Peter taught me and I learned how to deal with that, and now I'm actually enjoying my racing. I love to get out there. I'm not probably as nervous and as stressed to get into a race car now. I'm a lot more prepared.
Be absolutely honest with this appraisal. How good are you? How good can you be?
Well, you never know until you get overseas. In Australia, obviously, I've won the Shell Touring Car Series, Sandown and Bathurst, and this year, if I did it again, maybe I might not have won that. But I want to venture overseas, and now I'm going to race against the world's best, and really, we just have to see what happens.